What's up everybody, I'm quickly interrupting ahead of this video. Welcome to the channel of course, but quickly wanted to shout out the Signal group we have, which is a group in which I share all of my trades. For example, also this maker trade that we took over the course of this week. But we also, for example, bought Bitcoin at 101,000, which hopefully it's still trading higher at this point of time, but it went to 107,000. But I also released a new trading guide in which I fully explain one of the main strategies that I use to trade. So not only will you get profitable signals, you're also able to learn how to become a profitable trader yourself. So if you want to join, that sounds interesting, links will be down in the description. For now, enjoy the video. Bye. Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video and your daily update of course. On Ethereum, we're going to do a full update again. Technically not much has changed, although Ethereum has recovered fairly well. We broke above the POC here of the range, which we are unfortunately back into, but most of you know that. So we broke above the we broke above the POC, right? So that's the area where most of the volume is traded. It's a bit of an area, and I would say, you know, yes, technically we have broken above all the different POCs you can see right here. So the previous month POC, the monthly POC, but also the POC of all of this ranging price action, right? So that's not tied to a specific time, but more to a specific, you know, area of price. So we broke above that, but ultimately it's the weekend, so then breakouts and stuff like that doesn't really, you know, the price doesn't really react to levels like that as it does when there is a lot of volume, and the volume has already decreased over the course of this Saturday. And I would say with the week that we have had, technically and fundamentally, it is most likely that we are going to have a relatively stable weekend. But then obviously it becomes the question, well, what will we do next week? Do we actually have a possibility next week to break out again? Or will we crash because of the bearish fundamentals? And that's what I wanted to talk about. So let's get right into it. Now, first of all, fundamentally, I would say Ethereum is actually still doing fairly well. Look, what I wanted to see is some sort of an increase in TVL. The total value locked, and you can see that there is a bit of an increase, but it's not enough for me to say that, you know, this is real growth. I do think there is real growth with Ethereum, and we've also spoken about in previous videos that the capital flows, so the amount of money that's streaming into Ethereum is very high. I think most of the money has flown into Ethereum. When you compare to all the other blockchains, yeah, you can see that right here, like over, what is it? Like over almost $3 billion has flowed into Ethereum. So that's incredibly bullish. And then outside of that, we also know that the daily transactions and the daily active addresses are growing for Ethereum. So fundamentally, I would say Ethereum is actually doing quite well. And there's also some more institutional aspects that are quite interesting, with potentially Ethereum staking coming to the ETF, and also some companies starting an Ethereum treasury. Although, my apologies. My thoughts on those Ethereum treasury strategies are a little bit mixed, but if you want to, maybe I can touch upon that in a different video, because we've already spoken about the fundamentals too much. But no, ultimately, on the higher time frames, I think Ethereum is still just within this range, right? And I don't see, neither to the downsides nor to the upsides at this point of time, that we are going to break out. Now, I do think with these fundamentals that we still have, there is a lot of uncertainty. So I would still say, as I also did yesterday, that some sort of a pullback and potentially some sort of panic down is most likely. But ultimately, I don't think that will be sustainable, and I don't think it will be severe enough to facilitate a bearish breakdown, right? And I would say that we are going to hold the bottom of the range. And that then, because of the fundamentals, but also because of the technicals with these imbalances we have to the upsides, I would still say it's most likely we will also rally back into 2600s, 2700s, and that will have a chance to break out. But ultimately, whether we are actually going to break out, we'll talk about later, right? Because that also depends on the fundamentals, the circumstances, the volume at that point of time. And that is not something I can necessarily predict right now, right? I would at least say fundamentally Ethereum deserves to break out, but that doesn't always mean that it will. And I'm speaking out of experience there. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. For now, enjoy your weekend. Take care and bye.